Good morning, it's Karen, and here's some book recommendations based solely on covers. I had this idea of recommending books based on the colors of the covers of these books. And the reason is I find that I go into a lot of readathons and there'll be something like read a book with a green cover or read a book with a purple cover. And I always struggle to find book recommendations based on just the cover. So here are some rainbow recommendations that are good reads, but also we're basing them off of the cover. The first book is For Red, and that is Glory Be. This is a fun, cozy mystery following Glory Boussard. She is a Southern lady. She is no nonsense. She is an older woman and she can kind of get away with speaking her mind. One of her good friends is found out to be murdered, and she, Glory, inserts herself into the investigation a la Miss Marple, but in a very southern black lady kind of a way. There is a lot of commentary on church lady culture, which I really appreciated. And I just really enjoyed the setting for this one. It starts out in the heat of summer. It's hot and sticky, and it eventually moves into the fall time. This one was so much fun, and this would be a perfect read. The next color is orange. And for this one, I have The Wandering Mind. This is a nonfiction about monks and the mindset and history of monkdom. The author does state that she is not just speaking of monks as in the male profession, but she's also talking about nuns as well and has sort of equated them to be very similar. She does talk quite a lot about the history and the origin of monks and why certain individuals would choose the sort of isolated lifestyle. She explores the different strains of monks. So you get like the Dominicans and the Benedictine monks. You get what they started out as and what they've evolved to today. I really enjoyed the exploration and just a little bit of historical context for something, for a profession, a way of life that I can't always relate to. Why would someone go and remove themselves from society? And not all monks remove themselves from society. Some work and integrate within it. This does have a mostly Western view on monkdom, but there is some mentions of monks in the Middle and Far East. And for yellow, I have a novella. This is historical, but it is also, I guess, fictionalized. This is following a very infamous incident where Mary, Queen of Scots, is heavily pregnant at a dinner party, and her absolutely horrible husband and his friends decide to murder her best friend in front of her. Her best friend's name is Rizzio, which is the title of the book. And this is, I found, considering it is a very short book, to pack a raw punch. It is heartbreaking and it holds nothing back. So if you want an incredible short read, this is your yellow pick. Next, for green, I have Shark Heart. This one surprised me. I am not typically a contemporary reader, but this one sort of dug itself under my skin and has been sort of nesting there. This is following a man who has been diagnosed with a very incurable disease of turning into a shark. He is a teacher, a theater teacher, so he's got the artist's mind and heart. And he has just gotten married, and it is about him and his wife dealing with this diagnosis as they grieve together the loss of what they could have had. This is incredibly poignant. It could have been a scary kind of a book. I mean, man's turning into a shark, but it ends up being heartwarming, full of poetry, and definitely processes grief in a way that I hadn't expected. For Blue, I have Who Killed Zoe Spanos? This one came on my radar because I was looking for a book with a podcast element, and I love me a podcast element book. This one was great to listen to as an audiobook. I would say it's a great summer read, but honestly, like, it could be read anytime. It was so much fun. This is about a woman who goes to, I think it's the Hamptons, which is like a rich neighborhood. And there was this murder of this woman, Zoe Spanos, that caused a bit of a stir. And when she arrives, everybody does a double take because she looks like Zoe. And so everybody's kind of confused, and it brings all the details back to the surface. And we end up learning all sorts of backstories. And eventually, we learn who did it. For Indigo, I chose This Wretched Valley. This is a book on the shorter side. This is a horror about a woman who is an influencer in the climbing community. So she's like a rock climber, and she puts together this team of people. I think there's 4 of them, and they go to this very remote place in the forest where a cliff face has been discovered to not have been climbed by anybody before. So she's going to film herself and live stream herself with a massive deal with some sort of a company of equipment when things start going haywire. And this is horror, and I will say this is a supernatural horror. And it is very quickly obvious that that is because there are inserts of chapters in between that flag it right away as supernatural. This is a fun, creepy tale. It was wild, and I would recommend this one if you're looking for a purple read. For Violet, I have Resenting the Hero. This is, I would say, on the cozier side of fantasy. In this world, there is shields and, oh no, what are they called? I'll put it here. It's a shield and something. And they are a duo, a pair, where their magics complement each other, and they are tasked with protecting villages. We get the very disciplined main character, and she is so ready to go out there and be helpful, not necessarily be a hero, but to go out and be helpful in the community. This is what she feels is her calling. Think that sort of military personality where she just wants things to get done. And she gets paired with a very infamous, flashy, what is it, like uber masculine kind of man who is so full of himself, and she cannot stand him. And so that just leads into all of this banter, and they get paired together. It's so fun because just the banter back and forth, and they have to work together, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a fun purple book, I would say this one. And lastly, for a pink book, I have A Magic Steeped in Poison. This one was such a fun find for me. This is tea magic. I have yet to find anywhere else this sort of kind of magic system, but I loved it. This is following our main character who enters into this competition. It's very Asian based in its lore, and she must go, I'm pretty sure, to like the emperor's palace and have this competition of becoming, I guess, the royal tea steeper, so blending perfect blends and helping with ailments and all that. And then of course things go wrong and she must kind of step up and uncover what the heck is going on. I really, really enjoyed this one. My name is Karen. I'm the book Libronaut. I love exploring all different types of books. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.